This video is for inequality versus interval notation. So you guys have been writing inequalities for a while. X is greater than 5, X is greater than or equal to 5. And so when we graph these, remember that if it's greater than or less than, you use an open circle. If it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you use a closed circle. And then sometimes we have situations like this where X is going to be greater than 1, but less than 5, so we would use two open circles. Or X is greater than or equal to 1, but less than 5, so you would use a closed and open. But today, we're going to write things in interval notation. And so interval notation is where if X is less than 5, or X is greater than 5, it's going to be any number greater than 5. And so we would write it with a parentheses and 5, and then that's going to go on, this number line is going to go on to infinity. Now, if it's X is greater than or equal to 5, we would use a bracket because 5 is the number. That's it. That's where it starts. And then again, it's going to go on to infinity. And then so in situations like we talked about down here, where we'd have two open circles, we'd use two parentheses, and X is going to be in between 1 and 5. And so parentheses so you're going to use parentheses for less than or greater than, and you're going to use brackets for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. You would use brackets. And then for infinity, you always use parentheses. So we've got negative infinity and positive infinity. So in your notes for today, you're going to graph these, and then you're going to write them in interval notation. So here I've got X is less than 2. So I would use an open circle, and X is less than, so I would draw my line this way. And you can use these kind of as a guide to help you match them up to kind of see how they should be written. So this one would be negative infinity, comma 2 with two parentheses. Next we've got X is less than or equal to 2. So closed circle. My arrow's still going to go this way. And again, you can kind of match up here. X is less than or equal to 2. And so we're going to have the parentheses again because we're going to have negative infinity. But this time we're going to use a bracket for the 2. Now we've got X is greater than 2. So very similar to this one, except our arrow is going to go to the right. And this we would write in reverse. We would write from 2 to infinity. Same thing here, closed circle, because it's X is greater than or equal to. And so again, just this in reverse, so it would be a bracket, and then 2 to infinity. Okay, so now we've got X is less than 2 or greater than 6. So if X is less than 2, it would be here. And if X is greater than 6, it would be here. So you would have negative infinity to 2, or you would have 6 to positive infinity. And then you can also write these as a union. There's a way to do that with a U. So here I've got X is less than or equal to 2, or X is greater than or equal to 6. So same thing here, except we would use the brackets for our numbers. So again, infinity always has the parentheses. So here we've got X is greater than 2, but it's going to be less than 6. So X is going to fall in here. And so this one we would write 2 comma 6. And then here we've got X is greater than or equal to 2. So close circles on the 2 and the 6. So we would write it 2 comma 6. So that's it for this video.